The way down is so much cooler than the way up. It's an internal FBI base.
That may be the second best bagel I've ever had in my entire life.
It is currently 7 AM here in this beautiful town of Guatape, Colombia. We do have to leave it today. We're catching a bus 2 hours all the way back to Meedellin. But before we do that, we're doing one of the most iconic things in the entire country of Colombia. We are climbing Guatape Rock. It has a lot of names, I just can't remember it right now.
All I know is it's 700 steps to the top.
First we need to get a tuk-tuk.
¿Cuánto?
A 15,000.
15.
Let's do it.
¿Sí?
Sí, ok, no, yo no.
I wish they could come.
So even though Ubers are technically illegal in Colombia, they've what we've been taking pretty much everywhere. And when we can't get an Uber, we get a taxi. But in Guatape, I think the streets are so small here that everyone opts for tuk-tuks. They're actually called something different here. I think it's like a moto chiva. But essentially, tuk-tuks rule the roost. It's going to take us about 15 minutes and 15,000 pesos to get us all the way to Guatape Rock.
I love them. They're all so colourful. It just matches the vibe here so well. Okay, now we've got to walk to the entrance, where I assume we have to pay like an entry fee.
Wow, it's not small. We do this thing mentally when we have a really big day like this ahead, or morning. We pretend it's a workout. So it's like, yeah, you're gonna get tired. But that's what happens when you're doing a workout.
We also have a ticking clock on this. We have to check out of our hotel room to catch a bus back to Meedellin today. So we don't have time to like rest and stop. We have to go. Mi español no es bien. Dos biletos, por favor.
Con mucho gusto, 50,000.
25,000. Technically it doesn't open for another 20 minutes. So I think we should go as quick as we can because we'll be the only ones here. They number the steps every 25. I can't decide yet whether I like that or whether I hate it.
Some cool things about this rock, or one of the coolest things that I found out, is scientists don't actually know how it was made, which I think is nuts these days. But the leading theory is erosion. This whole area got wind and water eroded away, but because this granite block was so strong, it just stayed still and upright. But they're not the fun theories. Fun theories are, it's a comet, so apparently it's a meteor. Some people think it just kind of stopped and then that's here. The other one, which is probably my favorite, is that it's an internal FBI base. So they've hollowed out the middle and that's just where the government works from. And last one is obviously aliens.
That's what I like to hear.
I couldn't really get to the bottom of that one. I think people think they put it here.
Obviously.
Or maybe it was an aircraft, like a spaceship of theirs. I don't know, but some fun theories.
Halfway. Yay. Maybe. It's not a good sign that there was a first aid quarter a couple stairs down. Maybe people struggle more than I do. I guess this is what happens when you don't work out very much. Or at all, let's be honest. We made it to the top in 18 minutes. That's not bad. Good views, wow. Can't believe we're the only ones up here.
The views from up here are so beautiful. But honestly, the views from the ground looking up at the rock are kind of equally as beautiful. You'll notice if you come here, on one side of the rock there's a massive white G and what looks like an I. That's because back in the day they started painting the word Guatape on the side of the rock until another town that borders Guatape, called El Peñón, kind of laid their claim to the rock too, and they got really mad that it was going to be someone else's name on it. So they stopped. I don't know if there's any efforts to clean up the writing, but it's kind of iconic now. We actually made it up here in really good time, so if we can get down quickly, we might be able to sneak in some breakfast before we have to go back to Meedellin.
What I wasn't expecting is there's a bunch of shops and stuff up here. You could get a beer, I'm pretty sure, up here. Ice cream, cold coffee.
Be good if they opened at like sunset and you could have like a beer up here at sunset.
Be a great place for sunset.
They might, I don't know.
Coming up early in the morning is awesome because we didn't have the heat beating down on us.
Yeah, we were by ourselves as well. I love these little characters around
Oh,
up here
that's
too.
us. One thing I wasn't expecting is that there are heaps of plants growing off of the rock. I thought it was just a rock, like this. But it's not, there's plants, like this. The way down is a separate set of stairs, which I think is such a smart idea, because obviously it's not very busy right now. There's like one other group on the stairs with us. But during peak traffic time, it would be a nightmare if it was one set of stairs. Oh, my arm's sore. There you go. So where we stayed recently, the fancy hotel on the lake, they had like a blog post about this rock, and one of the theories, the spiritual things, is that all of the lines on the side are scrape marks from the devil trying to pull the rock back down, but they just very quickly move over that, and they're like, anyway, we can't prove that.
The way down is so much cooler than the way up. The internet says this rock opens at 8 o'clock, but we got here at 7:30 and got in no worries, and there were people in front of us, so maybe get here early because there's a big lot of people going up the stairs now. I'd say we definitely have enough time to find some breakfast.
This neighbourhood is rebuilt as a neighbourhood that was flooded by the reservoir.
Wow.
How cool is that?
So we've come to Montano, which is a restaurant that's right next door to our accommodation, so we can slip in a quick brunch before we catch our bus back to Meedellin. I went for a bagel and I added some bacon to it, and Emily got an omelette. They look really nice. It's really popular.
It smells so good.
That may be the second best bagel I've ever had in my entire life. Let's get a bus.
Sorry, excuse me.
Dog.
Perro. Dog, perro. You gotta get out,